What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. My name is Jeff. This is Jeff Jorgensen, Jeffrey Jorgensen Racing. We're doing some practice today at the Bathurst, practice for the Bathurst 12, which is at the, let's see here, Mount Panorama Circuit, excuse me. Thank you for joining. We're just running some practice laps around here, getting my feet under me. Don't judge me, I still have the racing line on. Got some good news. Part of the reason I'm training right now for the Bathurst 12, so I've joined a team. Adventus Motorsports. They have accepted me as a one of their rookie drivers. Woo! Cold tires. And we will be running the Bathurst 12 in the Porsche, I believe. I am excited because this will be my first team endurance race. I got to meet with one of the team captains, Misha, last night.
8.163.
And we ran the IMSA at Watkins Glen. I did not do good. I had a really crazy lag spike. I don't like it. Big latency spike. People on the track were telling me, hey dude, check your internet connection. So I really need to iron that out because, as you can imagine, not conducive to good times and, you know, my fellow compatriots and sim racers if my internet is going to crap. I wasn't streaming. I was listening to the music on Firefox, which I do know that can, ow.
Car looks fine. No damage to report.
That could take up some RAM, but that shouldn't cause that much of a disruption. Hey! Speaking of the devil, I was just telling the stream that we were running last night, and I just made the announcement that we'll be running the Bathurst 12, and I'll be joining you guys as a rookie. So I'm excited.
.647.
That turn 1 is where I've gotten most of my 1Xs because I popped that curb too much and it slides right. I get my tires over, so I got to be careful there. Try not to give us a bad name, you know? So yeah, I was running into some latency issues last night. A little frustrated. Damn it. Oh, that's going to be wheel damage. So I got to get that figured out. Let's see what kind of damage we got there. Alright, uh-oh, too fast, too fast. Alright, we're okay. Carry on. See if we can't get it back to the pits. I need to set up a stream deck so I could do these tire changes. It's probably better to do on the straight. Make it all happen at a push of a button, you know what I'm saying? Instead of that whole 9 yards. So I'll go for a pit stop. Race speed pit stop, see what these repairs look like, and we'll carry on. It's just practice. But I want to get some time on the track, you know? UI's auto configure options for some of the... Okay. Gotcha. I also run, I have Race Labs, so technically I don't really need any of the UI stuff from iRacing. I don't really use any of the UI stuff, iRacing stuff anyways.
Pit box in 10, 5,
I'll look into that right now.
3, 2, 1. Right here.
Oh, too short.
All the damage is repairable.
Only 60 seconds of repair, that's not too bad. I'm gonna look at that option real quick. Where would that auto configure be?
That's it, go.
Hey! Hey Crux, I appreciate the comment, but I'll set up a Discord that you can join and you know, we could go from there, but until then I don't really join random people's Discords. I appreciate that though. So main UI, close the session, it's not a big deal. Actually, I'm just going to Google it. I'll make my life easier real quick. One of my other screens here. Yeah. launches upon the first startup. This is when I'm...
To get started, head over to the iRacing website and once the download is finished, navigate to the green Test Drive button in the iRacing UI and select a car and track. Then, click Test Drive.
I don't think that's it. Turn this down a little bit. Oh, it's for the display. Settings, bottom left. Got it. Okay, I'm seeing you now. Graphics config. Got it. Got it. Let's see. And I run it windowed because I'll stretch it across the 3 monitors. I think that's it, right? That's... Go back. Test drive. Make sure, okay, hot and... Try this again, see what happens. Otherwise, performance isn't too bad. I'll move the FPS counter back on screen because I shifted it off to this screen here on the right. Just trying to clean up the stream presentation a little bit more too, so it's not as cluttered. I realize I have a lot of data up there, but I also know that there's some people who like data and numbers and stuff like that. Fair, that's fair. Well, so far performance has been good, but what's weird is intermittently, maybe once an hour and a half, I'll get this weird latency spike, and I don't know if it's my network doing something stupid or if it's something on my computer doing something stupid. I haven't been able to track it down. I got a buddy that is a programmer over on the East Coast, up in New York, and he is developing an AI assistant that will diagnose and troubleshoot. Okay, this is different. Hold on. Yeah. So there we go. Now I can stretch this like so and like so. Cheer. Alright, so now we got the FPS counter there. Now, sitting in the pits, I should be sitting at a lot higher than that. Let me... Alright. Other thing... Then there is the... Where is it? See, limit. Oh yeah, we want that limited to like 200. And reflex enabled but not boosted. There. Now we're sitting at 150, 158, 160 frames. No, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry. That's what this session is for, is figuring out. What I do like, though, is my screen now. Before I had this little bar, it was like this. I don't know if you can see that at the bottom of the screen, and that bugged the crap out of me. But now I got to fix that, so it's a positive thing. Let's go ahead and start my layouts. Get all of my other fun widgets back up on the screen. Let's see. So yeah, now sitting in the pits, we're sitting at 113 frames, whereas we were sitting earlier at, like, I don't know, whatever it is. Let's watch what happens when I put some laps in. Okay, that's, get this back up here. All right. And that music is a little loud. And the sim is a little quiet, so let me adjust the volumes. There we go. I might have adjusted that a little too loud. Cold tires, cold tires. All right. I'm going to turn that back down. That was an over adjustment. And try that again. 69. Nice. Oh, awesome! Thank you. I appreciate. I was going to ask about sound levels to see how they were. I've gone and watched back some of my older streams and try to adjust it off of that. Cold tires, warm up lap.
You've got wheel damage.
Yep. That wall has bit me a few times. It must not be too bad. It doesn't feel too bad. Probably just my back right out of alignment now. I'm going to keep it out. I'm going to see how it works. At least get some heat into the tires and maybe go for a pit after this next lap. We'll see. Because we were talking last night, Savage, about, like when incidents happen, what do you do? Like, how do you respond to that? You know, do you just, you make it, you act like it just crapped on your whole day and Alt F4 and walk away from the race, or head down and move on? Because shit happens and you got to deal with it, right? So if the damage isn't so bad, if I could keep putting up 209s, 208s, which right now, as of like an hour ago, my best time is 208.6 now. So I'm showing improvement from 211, I think, last night, 210 last night to 208. So It's slow but steady progress, but progress nonetheless. Probably have gone down to second there. But I figured I would get an hour or so of practice on this track, learning it, making mistakes. Like this wall right here. That wall is what bites me all the time. So I got to watch my approach to that. That curb can get crazy. This S isn't as scary as it looks. This one isn't so bad either. I actually kind of enjoy that little drop off there. I feel like you don't have to brake as hard through that sector there. So I'm probably losing some time. And then this straightaway is whatever. I can see where most of the passes are going to be happening. And I feel like that's going to be along this straight here. And then this turn right here. You're going to have a lot of people coming in and cutting to the inside there. So I should have gone down to second for that too. And then also, what is this? Turn 21 and turn 1 are where I feel like most of the passes are going to be happening. So this whole long straightaway section. But otherwise, you're going to have to be pretty patient through the whole mountain sector because that set is wild, man. I was hesitant to get on it right there. The tires just don't feel like they're quite up to temp. At some point, I'm gonna pit and repair this damage. Which is gonna suck if you get stuck behind somebody slow and you know you're a lot faster. I mean, I could see people passing into this turn. Ooh, got a little loose there. I could see people cutting to the inside of that. This whole sector, I mean, it feels pretty open. This curve right there doesn't always get me, but it got me that time. Ooh, oh. Too quick. All right, let's bring it into the pits.
You've got wheel damage.
Yeah, I am aware. I'm gonna get down to the straight here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to fix that. Got my box window underneath the chat. That's a force, or that's an undersight, or I don't know words. So not taking tires. I'm gonna see what the repair time is here. I mean, the car doesn't feel bad. Well, hopefully I don't make you too nervous if you're watching these laps happen right now. You gotta remember this is probably my 20th or 30th time around the circuit in my life, so I'm still working on it, still improving, and we've got some time.
All the damage is repairable.
Minute 30, minute 37 of repairs. That's not race ending. I mean, that's work that'll have to be done later on in an endurance race there. So, but that's why this practice is what we can use for learning and what have you. What skin are we running, by the way? I always start from the back in the AR races. And the adaptive, what do they call it? The adaptive AI? I actually like it. Because if you're passing them, like you're, you start at the back, you get to the front of the pack by like lap 3 or whatever. They actually start turning it up and they start dive bombing you, which is kind of true to life, right? So I enjoy the AI a little bit. I don't like how they like they jump out of the way though, which is kind of frustrating. But yeah, no, I definitely will be doing AI races on this track to get more comfortable with cars around me on this track, because running solo laps, just trying to hot lap it and in my case learn the track, kind of see where are those limits that those boundaries. I can put a wheel off here. I can half of the car can go off the track here before I need to start worrying. That kind of information is what I'm really picking up right now. But getting comfortable with other cars around this circuit around me is going to be exciting. All right.
We're done. Get going.
One thing I don't really have a whole lot of experience in is race speed pitting, or race speed pit entry and what have you. So I've been trying to work on that, staying optimistic. All right, these tires shouldn't be as cold because they've got a cycle through them. I like that turn there. That one's fun. So I used to have a crotch rocket. After I got back from Iraq, some of my deployment money I spent on a motorcycle, still chasing that adrenaline dragon, if you would. And so I had a 2004 Gixxer 750. I put 22 grand into that bike, not counting the cost of the bike. That thing was a monster. Oh, I took it up to the Auto Club Speedway to do track days, and it was a blast. Dude, that was one of the funnest pieces of equipment that I have ever played on. I could do 193 miles per hour pinned in 6th gear on the straightaways. It was stupid. I was lucky I didn't end up as a quarter-mile grease streak on the freeway, because I was making dumb decisions. Fortunately, I realized that after owning the bike for like a year and some change, and I sold it, and I bought a sailboat, slowed life down a little bit. Since sold the sailboat, hole in the water and whatnot. But I had a lot of fun on the bike, and I miss it. But some of these corners, I just feel like, I gotta lean into it, because it's just fun. I miss it because one of the funnest things about riding a bike is turning. You don't think about it, but that's the best part about it, is just getting that bike down and just loving it. Oh, nice. I appreciate cruisers for what they are, right? I don't know, man. Mentally, it was weird because you're in a seated position, right? You're leaning back, you're more comfortable. But on a crotch rocket, you're in a sprung position. You're ready to bail off that bike at a moment's notice, and you jump off if you need to, right? So I don't know. That always made me feel a little bit more comfortable. But I've heard from somebody a long time ago that 4 wheels move the body, 2 wheels move the soul, and I felt that, and I feel like that's pretty accurate. Ah! A little too much ass into that turn there. Woo! A little bit of a slide. Saved it. Alright, well, I'm going to hit the active reset at the end of this lap here, so I don't have to Yeah. I don't know, man. I stopped riding in 2008 because of the amount of people I saw driving with their nose in their cell phone, and it's only gotten just extremely worse. It's so bad. So one of the things I did with my bike was I got a carbon fiber subframe. So I replaced the steel subframe for the tail, and then I replaced the plastics with they were fiberglass plastics. And so my bike, and magnesium alloy rims and all of that whole 9 yards, dude. My bike was 50 pounds lighter than stock weight with a full tank of gas. It was awesome. I'm a little guy too. Like, I'm 5'6". I'm not really tall, and I'm fat now, but way back when I was a lot skinnier. And so, I needed that bike to be lighter. I had it set up for me too. Oh, it was awesome. I had it lowered like an inch in the front and like half an inch in the back, so I could sit on it easier. I had better control over it. All right. That turn did not feel good at all. Let's recover. Here we go. Lost it there. One of the things I have really been trying to do is, I just had a moment back there, right? But I was able to recover that moment, and I'm able to continue racing, which is awesome. I mean, yeah, it's slow, but it's at least recoverable. And that's one thing I've been working on, is just my car control. Is like, okay, well, yeah, there was a slide there, but I was able to recover that slide, and I'm able to keep going. Whereas, I don't know, 6 months ago, I would have probably ended up in the wall and then just hit the reset. Oh, I totally forgot to hit my active reset. Just hit the reset button and just be like, chalk it up to I'm new and don't learn anything from it. So I've really been trying to push myself to, instead of just hitting Alt F4 or immediately, defaulting to I'm crashing, oh well, let's reset and move on. It's like, okay, well, what do we do after, during, or after the crash, right? How do we save this? And I've noticed that I'm getting a lot better at, one, keeping the car in between the lines on the track, and two, having more car control. So when situations do get hairy and out of control, and maybe you put a wheel off into the dirt and you start to spin. Getting better at controlling those spins and controlling the car is just giving more confidence in it too. Okay, I liked that entry better than the others, and it felt a little faster. So putting two wheels on the inside of that turn there felt good. Noted. Forgot to do that at the end of the lap. I'll do that again. That way I've got an active reset with warm tires, and I don't have to, if I do end up in the wall, I don't have to start all the way over with cold tires and do that whole song and dance. Because it's one thing to get some laps on cold and warm tires, but race warm tires it's really where the car gets into its groove. I love the Porsche suspension, man. Yeah, see, we can go a lot faster through there. Ow.
Car looks fine. No damage to report.
Just a little bounce off a wall, no big deal. Yeah, you're 100% right, man. I'm actually kind of surprised how tanky these cars are. Like, I just hit the wall, not really hard. It was more of a glancing blow. But I'm able to keep going. If that was a Formula car, that would have been end of race. Suspension's done, tires dangling off, front wings, flying off.
9.35.
All right.
That was your fastest lap of the
Not
session.
bad. Yeah, see, 2 tires. That felt a lot better. I mean, it was obviously slower, but I probably had a higher entry speed at the beginning of this lap that I set 208. I think it's 286. Yeah, I believe it. All right, I'm getting faster through this. Ooh, nope, too much. That was bad entry, is why I went there. Too fast. Ah! Damn it. Okay. My mind went back a couple turns, and I was like, I went too fast through that turn back there. I think what I'm going to do is hit the active reset at the end of this lap, or right now. All right. We're back at it. Practice for a reason, right? Oh. The track grabbed the right tires and turned me in there. All right, so what I need to focus on this turn up here, this is what distracted me. Come off a little bit, get the tires tight to that corner there to set me up for this. That was the way to do it. All right. I really felt like I was just sending it through all of those turns there, but it felt controlled. And I don't think I need to swing quite as wide here. Yeah. Could have probably turned in a little sooner there. So I'll try, identify my shortfalls in the moment, which probably isn't the best way to go about it. That was a really bad, I short shifted there. Setting the, there we go. I appreciate that, man. I really do. It's just, I'm the new guy entering the ring, and I want to impress, and so I appreciate that. I want to improve and I want to learn, and putting myself in stressful situations like that is one of the ways to do it, right? Fire forges steel. And pressure makes diamonds, or something like that. I don't know, some motivational poster you'd find in a corporate office. You were talking about the team aspect last night. Well, one of the things, I was in the infantry in the Marine Corps, and was an independent operator, which was awesome because that meant that we planned our missions. We worked in a small team, and we basically went to the company commander, said, hey, how can we support you? And he said, hey, I need this. And we said, okay, here's how we're going to do that, which was awesome because it wasn't like people were telling me to, hey, you need to go here, you need to do this, grab this, knock on this door. It's like, no. I'm the one that gets that was awesome. So doing all the planning and then finding out, hey, this team's going to be here, this team's going to be here. Okay, we can set up to have different angles of observation for this target. You know, all of that stuff. So it was really awesome being able to kind of be involved. There we go. That was better entry for that turn. To be involved in the planning process and you know, seeing kind of all of the pieces come together. That one felt bad, and I was locked.
10.223.
All right. Anyways, so all that to say, it's awesome to be a part of a functioning team, because I've been part of too many dysfunctional teams. You know, think school project where you got 2 people doing all of the work and then 4 people just sitting on their phones asking, "Is it done yet?" I would have been one of the 2 people doing the work. I don't know why I didn't shift there. There we go. Get close to that wall, get close to this wall. Oop, too close. Balls. Alright, where are we at?
Got wheel damage. We got damage on the front end.
Just testing limits. Yeah, it was... Oof. That was, I'm gonna look at something real quick there. Watch the replay on that. Because I was like, ooh, this is a good entry point for this corner here. And then immediately... Let's see, rear chase is what I want to see there. So, there we go. Getting nice and tight to that corner, right? That's what I want for entry into this corner. I know that's what needs to happen. And I just didn't angle. I came in just a tad early. Absolutely, man. Steel, or what is the saying? Steel forges steel, right? Or steel sharpens steel. There we go. Get a new car. Actually, I could just do this. Now I've got warm tires. But I'm excited. I really want to see some improvement in myself this year. You know, I understand that I am fully a 1200, 1300 I rating driver, and the goal is to try to get to that 2K by the end of the year, and not only just get there. Like, you know, I don't want to hit 2002 I rating and just, you know, hang up my hat and sell the sim rig and be like, I did it. No, that's just the first step. You know, maybe next year it'll be 2500. But furthermore, to maintain that 2K I rating, because that's not going to be an easy thing. You know, I don't want to go and drop a bunch of money on a second account and smurf it just because I'm afraid to lose I rating. Like, no, there we go. That's what I'm talking about on that turn entry. No, I want. I ain't no baby back bitch. Yeah, like, I get it when you get to like 9K I rating and it's like you win the race and you gain 3 I rating. Okay, well, that's just because at that point you're literally the top. You should be finishing first, second, or third, and if you're not, then you had a bad race. It's probably slow to bounce the tires off that apex like that. Definitely slow to bounce the tires off that apex. Any damage from that? I doubt.
No damage. Car looks clean.
Did I just get damage from that?
We've got damage on the back.
Gah, Bob Saget.
4.062.
Backed into the wall. It's fixing myself. Oh. Rookie move. I'll turn on my AC here. I 3D printed fans, or not the fans part, but just the mounts for my sim rig. Oh, world of difference. Just having fresh air come into the cockpit like this. Scrub off as much speed, straight line. Okay. God damn it.
You've got
All right.
wheel damage.
Yeah, I
Got
knew
wheel damage.
that. All right. We're gonna make it there, I promise. Here I am just trying to be like, how close can I get to these walls? It's like, all right, don't worry about that. Just slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Probably change my active reset location a little bit further up the track too here. Because obviously I'm not really having issues back there. There we go. Now I can jump right into practicing these guys. A little bit of rubbing, a little bit of more rubbing. That wasn't too bad. I didn't need to shift down there. You know what I need to add to my overview is a session time. How long have I been in this session? Because I don't really know. Because there reaches a certain threshold where even repetition, like there becomes a point where it's like you just start practicing bad habits, you know, and so trying to stick to maybe an hour max of, you know, continuous sit down at the same session. Don't do that.
9.7.
Feel like the tires have really come into temperature. Now, I do have the weather. I think it's like 83 degrees Fahrenheit right now on the track. So the track temperature is going to be pretty hot, as is expected for the actual race, right? So I'm trying, you know, that whole you fight like you train. Trying to keep the session settings as close as I can to the real thing. Granted, we're not going to know the exact weather conditions until a lot closer to the race, but we can assume it's going to be hot. Damn it. That wall's bit me a couple times now.
Wheel damage.
I feel like on that dip, you have to almost lock the wheels to the left. Bring it into the pits here. Yeah, I definitely felt the difference that time. A little heavier braking because it's like you have that hump you come over. Actually, we can do this. Nope. I know what I did. I accidentally. Yeah, actually, here, this is good. So a good heavy braking right there, shifted into the third. You can hop that curve like that. Ooh. Nope. Try that again. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I fucked up. Actually, what we could do right now... Move my black box. There we go. Now it's not under chat. I'm going to make my way back to the pits. And again, I got to set up a hotkey for this. So I don't do that. The goal is to get a stream deck, but I need to pay my rent first. Once the rent check comes out and that money's cleared, I can see how much I've got left in my bank account and have a little disposable income every month. Just got to make sure that guy Bill gets his money, you know. Now, where does the pit speed limit start? That's a question I don't know yet. That would be a good idea to find out long before getting a penalty for speeding in the pits. I actually 3D printed the track silhouette for Bathurst. I've got, I don't know, a dozen different tracks I 3D printed up on the wall now.
Right here. All the damage is repairable.
2.5 minutes of damage. Ugh. So it's, I mean, I'll have to take a picture and post it. But it's just, you know, it's fun. Ooh, phone call. I missed a phone call.